Do all cops think the same? No, I wanted to watch that actually. Let's go. Or did they do like a pro cop episode? I feel like.
What's up, everybody? My name is Phil. I'm in Long
Oh my
Beach,
God. Now that's a cop, dude. That's a police chief, brother. That man will be up for promotion soon. You're looking real thumb-like, homie. Time to promote.
I'm Zach. I'm from Montana, born in San Francisco, California. I've been a
Wait, is that like the donut operator guy or something? Bro, this dude looks more like a stripper portraying themselves as a cop than a cop.
I feel threatened when I hear defund the police. Phil?
This is gonna be awesome.
Marcellus?
Disagree.
Evan?
Strongly disagree.
Oh my God, these are about to be like, yeah, nobody's defunding us. Have you seen our unions, baby?
Kendra?
Somewhat disagree.
Ben?
Agree.
Zach?
Strongly agree.
Detroit public schools is horrible. Our housing is horrible. The mental facilities awful. It could be a lot better and the money can go elsewhere. If we can help our people before they get to the point where the police need to be involved, there won't need to be that much negative police interaction. I'm not saying all police interaction is negative.
Yes, defund the police, because it's not about us. It's about...
Wait, what? Dude, what? What's going on, dude? What the fuck is this video? What? I've seen a lot of propaganda in my day. I talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine as the most successful propaganda out there, but nothing has slapped me in the face like this before. What the fuck? Yeah, look at the thumb reaction. He's like, what? No, I'm not afraid because, you know, maybe he's gonna be nice too, and then I'm fucking done. They found the 16% of cops who didn't vote for Trump. Yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Really reallocating the funds into services and institutions. People need to be decent human beings, and it's really about making the world more equitable.
By the way, those two dudes who said that, with the exception of Thumb Guy, have been at the force the shortest period of time, I think.
For other communities, so they don't even need the police.
I don't know if I feel threatened by it. I just sort of feel like pissed off when I hear it. Yeah, because if you defund the police, there's no training. You're not gonna get the response times that you want. And it all started over,
Response times in black neighborhoods versus white neighborhoods is, I think, what, like 4 times longer? Yeah. If you didn't train us correctly, that'd be 10 times longer. Understand me?
Statistically, since 2015, we've had, since 2000, or up until now, there's been about 1,000 people a year officers have killed.
By the way, that's why the hair industry, hairstylist industry, is a multi-trillion-dollar industry, because it takes 10 times longer to fucking train a hairstylist to get a goddamn barber's license than it does with a fucking cop. You know, the amount of money that they're spending on that is, of course, impossible to measure. Unheard of. A number, folks, no one's ever heard of. Biggest number, folks. Literally biggest number. I beg you pause 10 times is less. Man, shut the fuck up. You come here not to watch this shit on your own. You come here to fucking hear my takes on the video itself. And you hopefully learn a thing or two that's new.
And that's going off the statistics of 8 million to about 10 million interactions with people. I take it a little personal for someone that just takes such pride in not holding any bias on any race or anyone, treat everyone the same. Why does that have to come out of the police? Why did the police have to be defunded?
I don't know. Because of the inflated budgets of the police departments have not fucking actually decreased the crime. And we already know that the socioeconomic conditions are what create crime, rather than a more aggressive policing stance with like bulletproof fucking trucks and shit.
Just because of the media blowing up these interactions with people.
Well, I think a lot of times, the default to any kind of sociological issue in America is always the police. It's always incarceration. That's why, we're starting to look at, even you look at the school to prison pipeline, you look at homelessness, you look at mental illness, you look at all these certain things where it's just like, if we invest in these institutions more and that everyone who's involved in these institutions get the adequate services, they won't need the police. They won't need to be locked up.
I mean,
holy
I think
shit, what the fuck, bro? Are these like, what is going on, dude? Is this like a fucking... There's something wrong with this video. It is actually legitimately, genuinely breaking my brain. I've never... Are they doing good cop, bad cop? What the fuck?
Refunding it into the school systems, and they get this great education and they come out, excellent citizens, but that's just not the case with people. There's been people that grew up poor and in poverty that grew up to be doctors or professional athletes or, businessmen, and there's been people that had great families went to
Now that's a fucking cop. And that, I would even go so far as to say, is like a cop on the nicer side. But that level of thinking, like, that is great. Like, you see the fucking cogs spinning as he tries to, you know, finish a sentence. He's like, rich people become bad and poor people become good. Give me a gun. Like, that I'm used to. The other two dudes up top are shocking to me.
There has to be someone to tell you, you can't do that. And if you do that, there's consequences.
Fine. That's not a disagreement. That's not what Zach is saying. There has to be something that is maintaining presence. Maintaining the presence of law and order. Zach is a cop in Montana? Yeah, that's probably why. Like, by the way, I don't think their views are so based because they're black. I think them being black probably facilitates in them having this point of view. But I think it's literally because they haven't been brainwashed yet. They're like, Marcellus has been in the force for 5 years, I think, and Evans said like 3 or something. We haven't heard from Kendra yet, but I'm willing to bet that a retired police officer, a retired black police officer is going to have a remarkably different approach to this conversation than dudes who have just been on the force for a little bit. And especially like on the force in a largely black community, they're probably like, they strike me as the type of people that join the police force to do good, like who genuinely, legitimately think that they're going to do good.
But I don't think the peace comes from controlling people and telling them, no, you can't do this. No, you can't go there. No, you can't act this way. No, you can't be this way. I don't think the world needs the police to tell them how to behave. People know how to behave.
Do they?
I mean, I agree. I agree more with Marcellus than I do with Evan. Evan's a bit of a fucking anarchist, dude. What the fuck? The difference is untrained, random fucking power tripping dipshits who are like looking to relive their glory days in high school. Giving them that power is basically like, I don't know, having a horse dog sit your fucking dog for the weekend. I think is that John Mulaney? It's someone's fucking joke. Not on this analogy though.
People aren't perfect.
I get what you said.
Simile.
Of course, people aren't perfect. And people break laws, of course, you know. But it's just like, why is it the police that has to come and step forward? Why can't it
Bro, what is this guy saying, dude? What the fuck? Oh, this dude is literally an anarchist, dude. He sounds like a crusty anarchist, dude. What the fuck?
be the community? Why can't it be that whole saying of the village raises the child? You know,
Policing without police, I'm all down for it. The problem is we are so disbanded from each other. I live in a really large city here in Southern California, and I'll tell you, my neighbors, they're great, but neighbor a block away, don't even know his name. So how do we have that neighbor a block away be the police of my family, which my values are different, your values are different. It's just, you need that level of law enforcement to have that sanctity of law and order. I love the idea, Evan. It's just not reality anymore. We're too big. We're too big of a world.
What? Yo, that's terrifying. That approach is literally terrifying, dude. Like, I don't know where he polices. He's like, he said he's from like, where is he, like Long Island or something? What was he talking about? Or Long Beach? Maybe he's in California. Regardless, the issue is, oh, he's in LA. Oh, dude, he's LAPD, but he's fucking Long Beach. Okay, there you go. You just described like a significant problem in modern policing in the United States. You live in a community that is separated. You don't know who your fucking neighbor is, but you literally live in a community that is miles and miles away from where you fucking police. Chicago PD is a great example of this, where the overwhelming majority of the police force, especially in urban areas, are from enclaves that are near the community that they police, but not actually a part of that fucking community. That's a huge problem. That's why you have these like deep red fucking enclaves right at the edge of like where those cops end up doing policing.
I have the right to use my gun if I feel I am
I don't know
in
where
danger.
he's from though. I don't know where he polices. They didn't say. But that is a problem in Chicago. It's a problem in Portland. It's a problem in fucking Minneapolis. Like, it's a problem everywhere where there is police brutality. One of the first things you can immediately look to is, where are these people from? This is also true. Oh shit, sorry. This is important as well. So what ends up happening is the members of that community inside of Chicago literally pool their funds together in the form of taxes. Those taxes end up paying the salaries of police officers, who then take that money and bring it to those other fucking communities that they don't even live inside of. So it's basically like black people fucking paying for white enclaves to exist and to grow and to become like higher value locations overall with better education. Do you think there's a difference in opinion between police that polices in cities versus police in rural locations like Montana? Yes, I think I have no evidence for this, but I think that rural police departments that don't have a lot of like interaction with black people and shit are way more fucking reactionary. Actually, that's not even true. But they are insanely reactionary for how unintimidating their job is. The shit that triggers me is like cops in fucking Wyoming are not constantly at threat. There's a reason why policing is not even in the top 10 most dangerous professions in this country. Like there's hella people who rarely ever see fucking serious crimes happening, but they're constantly under the impression that they're literally always under attack. Cops are always constantly under attack all the time. But then also on the other side, you have cops that, live in those enclaves that I mentioned that go and actually police high crime neighborhoods, and they're not from those neighborhoods. And then those guys are reactionary as fuck too, because they do not understand the community that they police. They're not from that community. They develop a negative opinion of that community while they're policing it.
Phil?
I agree, kind of.
Marcellus?
I agree.
Evan?
Strongly disagree.
Kendra?
Agree.
Ben?
Agree.
Zach?
Agree.
If somebody pulls a gun out on me, which has
Okay, that dude is crazy. That Evan dude is like
happened?
wild, dude.
It's me. It's my family, not you. You've lost your ability to use that use of force ramp, and we're going straight to deadly force, and there's no excuse for it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think anybody's really debating whether you should meet a gun with a gun or a knife with a gun. But how many times have we heard the defense that I was in fear for my life? And that's a very, very subjective statement. And we've seen people use their guns whenever they were in fear for their lives where no weapon was being used. So let's look at it like...
Okay, this dude's getting fired, bro. There's no fucking way this dude is still... No, there's no way. I will not believe that this dude's a cop. If police officers all had this fucking mentality, there would be no issue with police brutality. He's either at the precipice of quitting or at the precipice of getting fired.
Yeah, it's a very broad question, and there's so many scenarios you could do, like with that. Like with you're saying, like, I was in fear of my safety, I'm thinking more like a guy that's kind of not listening to orders and fumbling around in his car, and he has maybe like a minor warrant, and the guy just shoots him. Run back to your car or something, like disengage. But yeah, I see where you're coming from in that sense.
Using your firearm doesn't necessarily mean firing it. Well, I was chasing a guy with a gun, very visibly in his hand, chasing him around this building, and I finally see him throw the gun over his shoulder and drop it. And on my body camera, you can hear me say, "Thank God." And I reholster, and I would go back to my taser as I'm chasing him. Sometimes it just comes down to, I may need it.
Do you feel like you guys could do your jobs without a gun?
I ain't going to certain calls without a gun.
No.
Give me a hose, I'll be a fireman, but I ain't going to be
Yeah, if I'm a cop, I'm gonna need some iron. That's just what it is, because we get called to everything.
Of course not. I need my gun for this job. I wouldn't do it without it because everyone has guns.
In Canada, we have what we call special constables, and special constables are essentially sworn peace officers, but they're unarmed. And they do everything from...
Shut up, bitch. You're Canadian. Like, your opinion in this matter is irrelevant. Do you even have a gun? Did he just say he has a gun? I bet he's not even allowed to have a gun. Sorry, Canadians. Your police force might be violent, but it's laughable in comparison to what the American police force does. Dude, we have fucking meter maids that are heavily, like, they're kitted out in, like, AR-15s and shit in America in comparison to, like, Canadian leaf cops, dude. What's he gonna do? Squirt me with a water gun? Oh, hello. I saw you jaywalking, and I just wanted to say, don't you know, please don't do that again. Don't make me pull out my syrup gun.
Essentially sworn peace officers, but they're unarmed. And they do everything from court security to police.
Bro, literally unarmed. Like he just said, which by the way, they should be. Most cops should be unarmed. There is no reason for someone who is stopping you for having a broken taillight to literally have an arsenal in their vehicle. Straight the fuck up. The overwhelming majority of police interactions could very easily be fucking handled with 0 weapons being drawn, and that could be handled by people who don't have weapons on them at all.
Seeing some of our community housing here in Toronto, but they wind up calling us who are armed because they can't deal with those certain situations as Phil or Marcellus was talking about.
I have broken the law. Phil?
Agree.
Marcellus?
Agree.
Evan?
Strongly agree.
Kendra,
Agree.
Ben,
Agree.
Zach.
Agree.
The fuck?
Shoot, me and my boys after high school, we used to go jump on a moving train. I remember one time we got caught by the railroad police, and they the feds. And I'm like, ooh. So I thought we was all about to get arrested. He just gave a little stern talking too.
Yeah, I was 18 and me and my buddies were out. Thought it'd be fun to smash some mailboxes, so we did and got caught.
When I was 19 years old, I was arrested for possession of marijuana, just wrong time, wrong place, in an area that I should have been in. I broke the law, so I got arrested for it. Definitely what has given me my empathy towards individuals that we do arrest. I know how being...
Just shut up, stupid, if you think only American cops are bad. Brain dead moment. No, I don't think. ACAB doesn't imply American cops are bastards, but American police is uniquely bad. And anyone who tries to tell me that the American police force is not uniquely bad is fucking delusional, okay? Especially in comparison to, again, comparable OECD nations. There's no comparison. Like, I'm not talking about fucking Philippines and like Duterte's hit squads or some shit. But like, okay, Brazilian cops, sure. Brazilian cops too. Turkish cops? No. American cops are fucking way worse than Turkish cops. In Turkey, you can kick a cop, brother. You want to know what police brutality looks like in countries and like whether it's devastating or not? If you can fight a cop unarmed and have that cop fight back unarmed, then that's a country where police brutality is nowhere near as bad as in the United States of America. You cannot fucking do that in America. You're dead. Literally dead on the spot. They will fucking laser you. Because in other places, in other countries, police have this sanctity of life that they think, like, they operate on this point of view where they believe that the person that they're dealing with is a human being. In America, I feel like that just gets beaten out of you when you join the police force. You perceive every interaction that you have as an American police force as though you are an occupying force and the person you're talking to is an enemy combatant who could at any given moment take your life away. And that's why you always have to react with disproportionate use of force. In Western countries, Hasan, dude, you guys are delusional if you think that it's like the same in like any other Western country. The American police force has killed more than 9,000 people since 9/11. And that number I've been using since 2017. So I don't even know how many fucking people it's been now. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? In France, police are regularly armed. However, there's no official record of how frequently firearms are used, but an independent group tracked the number of deaths and injuries by the police published in the media since 2005. In 2014 or in 2012, the number of deaths in the hands of police by cops was 14. Let's see what that was in America. In America, it's around 1,000 a year. People be like, America has 5 times the population. Okay, then why 500 times the murder? Like, U.S. police kill civilians at much higher rate than police in other wealthy countries. Here's the per capita argument. Number of people killed by law enforcement per 10 million population in the most recent year with available data is Canada 9.8. That's why a lot of Canucks were trying to say, hey, we kill a lot too, You're being dishonest? What part of this is dishonest, man? What do you want me to fucking say? Like, do you want me to just lie? This is tracking civilian murders in the hands of the police per capita. Just look at the fucking screen. Okay, per capita murders. When you look at per capita murders of police or civilian murders, Brazil is one of the highest. Venezuela, El Salvador, Syria, Philippines, Nicaragua, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Brazil, Bahamas, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Afghanistan, Lesotho, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Democratic Republic of Congo, Nigeria, Iraq, Kenya, Honduras, Iran, Uruguay, and then literally the country in between these fucking countries in Angola is the United motherfucking States of America, dude. Countries that have less police murder of civilians per capita. Angola, Colombia, Mali, Sudan, Rwanda, Mexico, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Swaziland, Argentina, Egypt, Malta, Luxembourg, India, Canada, France, Indonesia, Netherlands. After Brazil, Venezuela, Philippines, India, Syria, United States is number 6. That's why I said Brazil is like, fine. You can say that about Brazil. Their fucking cops are pretty bad. Pretty goddamn uniquely murderous. Okay. America is far worse. I want this on my record. I was wrong. America is way worse. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the cop video. I can't believe we went down this rabbit hole of like comparisons of American police brutality to other countries, though, because this one Toronto cop was talking about how, like, well, there's peacekeepers, don't you know, and they don't have guns on them, and they can't deal with all the problems, don't you know? So people charge a cop with a knife and get killed. That's not the police fault. The knife shootings are probably 50% of those numbers. My man said probably 50% of those numbers. Yeah, no, dude. Well, if you're going to add probably in front of your take, why don't you just say 99%? And no, if someone charges you with a fucking knife, no, the answer isn't shooting them with your superior firepower. Dude, probably like 50%, dude. Like, you probably don't even fucking notice, but like 100% of the cops that fucking kill civilians think that the civilian had a weapon on them, which is probably 100% guaranteed, like, justifiable shootings. You know what I mean? Like, probably, bro. So you're saying cops should be on equal ground and fight them with a knife? If someone is attacking you with a knife, no, I'm saying cops already aren't on equal ground. Cops already have tasers. They already have body vests. They wear shit that helps them. They have backup EMTs. So no, I'm not only saying that, I'm saying a cop should be at a disadvantage. Debate the knife charger? That's not what I'm saying at all. Use a fucking taser if you have to. Also, when someone is charging you with a knife, which if any of you ever watched police fucking videos like we have here on this broadcast right here, you would know that police training tells you to literally run away from an enemy combatant with a knife. Because if someone is charging you with a knife, anything beyond 10 feet means that that person will kill you before you fucking take your gun out and shoot them. So if you actually knew anything about police training, you would know that. Or is it 21 feet? I thought it was like 10 feet. Wait, someone charging you with a knife, you think you should do what? Hand to hand? No, you fucking get away from a safe distance. Have you guys never seen how British police literally fucking deal with people that have knives and are having like a manic attack or some shit? Oh, this is, yeah, the UK.
From the UK, an amazing video for edged weapon training. London police engaged with a distraught man wielding not scissors or a knife, but a machete.
Yeah, by the way, that's a fucking machete too.
Ability to move is not completely obstructed by either the officers or by the vehicles, but
God damn, the thumb thing doesn't change though, no matter where the fuck you are in the world, huh?
Surrounded. You'd see the man pacing around on the street or moving forwards and backwards, side to side, front and back, each of them trying to continue to verbally de-escalate the situation over a period of time. You could probably say they've contained him without restraining him. And they keep this situation going backwards and forwards for some minutes whilst other officers are bringing what we would call public order shields to the location. And in a coordinated movement, they move towards him so that there's no way he's going to be able to use that weapon or go anywhere else. He's ended up placed on the ground with the use of the shields, the weapon's taken from him, and then he's stood up and handcuffed. And
I think the gamer word you're looking for is kiting. Absolutely, brother. That is literally what they're doing until more of them can come in.
The incident ends with a man taken to hospital. Do you think that man would have survived in North America?
No, he wouldn't have survived.
Fuck no, dude. Especially if he's black. He had a machete, man. Americans in the chat are confused that the neighbors are alive to film the process and are not literally in the fucking fire in the region where they're like literally being shot at by virtue of being there, by the way. Anyway, let's get back to the fucking psychotic video of...
I understand why people say all cops are bastards. Phil?
Strongly disagree.
Marcellus?
Disagree.
Evan?
Strongly agree.
Kendra?
What? Dude, shut the fuck up, Evan.
Somewhat agree.
Ben?
Would agree.
Zach?
Somewhat agree.
Cops can be jerks. Plain and simple. I mean, cops can be assholes. Sometimes it's their nature, it's their character. Sometimes it can just be a tough day. Officers go from call to call, and sometimes you can just have came from a call where, you know, you had to tell someone that their loved one died, or you responded to an overdose, or God forbid, you just saw a child, you know, a death, and now you have to respond to another call. You're not going to be all happy and chipper, and so I can somewhat agree.
I said strongly disagree. I can understand somebody feeling that way, but it's become so cliche now. I understand that my uniform, my badge, my patches, everything that you see represents that, but don't forget that I'm still a person. And some of the things that you may even say, I agree with, but that's tough. I'm not gonna say that for us police officers, right? Because we signed up for this crap. We did. But at some point, we got to say enough with the name calling.
Okay, none of these motherfuckers are representative overall of like literally every cop I've ever interacted with, including doing like ride-alongs and shit. Like, holy shit, dude, they're so understanding. What the fuck? Like, even the guy who's strongly disagreeing is like, well, we kind of get it. Like, you know, whatever. Like, I kind of understand. It just like, hurts my feelings the most. I haven't heard a single fucking reactionary, like, hyper reactionary take from any of these people being like, it's fucking bullshit. We're under attack, brother. We're under attack every goddamn day. What is going on, dude? This video is so fucking sus.
Figure this out.
Yeah, I strongly agree, and I strongly understand because, for one, I'm black, and I know what the police and the government has done to black communities to oppress them, and I strongly understand why disenfranchised groups feel the way they feel about the whole barrel of law enforcement.
Yeah, I just somewhat agree. I get, I don't think all cops are bastards. I think that terminology is just laughable to me, but I think they're talking about like more like the system and how they think it's like they say it's systematically racist and like we're part of it, so we're automatically bastards is what I've researched about it. But
Dude, researched about it. Yo, Zach came into my chat, okay? That's what his research was. His research was like, yo, what's this? What do you mean when you say ACAB? Just curious. Googled it. That's his research, dude. And then he heard me fucking yell. He came in here and he got fucking yelled at, and then that's his research.
And I had a question for you. So since you keep bringing up like the look where policing came from and look what happened during the Martin Luther King deal, wouldn't you say that policing today from in the past has gotten better?
It's changed.
But you don't think it's gotten better at all since from hosing people down to now?
Yeah, so of course.
Listen, brother. Hey, Evan, we ain't hosing your con down. That's what he's about to say. Like, what the fuck? He's literally like, Evan, looks like you got a gun on you, Evan. Evan is so fired, literally. I don't know how the fuck, I don't know what. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Blatant discrimination and violence against certain groups isn't happening, well, not at a widespread level as much anymore, but it's definitely moving in the right direction, I believe. It's definitely changing. Of course, it isn't the same brutal institution it used to be, but it's getting better.
Obviously, I'm white, so I don't know what people go through, but my colleagues, I've never seen a bad police officer, but I was just kind of curious of your thoughts of how it's progressed through the years since, you know, from slavery till Martin Luther King till the King days till now.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gotten better. But, you know, the Washington Post says on average for the past couple of years, police are killing almost 1,100 people per year. You know, and like, it's a lot of individuals, you know, and I think we should really work on not killing anyone.
I know, but it's so broad because you don't know what led to that, like what situation they were in.
Yeah, it's broad, but you know, I think it's definitely, we're moving in the right direction.
We're contacting people. We have 8 million contacts a year. I mean, obviously sometimes shit's gonna go down, but.
I have felt ashamed to be a cop. Phil?
Strongly disagree.
Marcellus?
Disagree.
Evan?
Agree.
Kendra?
Strongly disagree.
Ben?
I'm gonna agree.
Zach?
Strongly disagree.
I disagree. I've never been ashamed. Thing is about me, I never really wanted to be a cop. I wanted to make video games, but college wasn't it for me. Detroit, I need a high school diploma and a license, and I had all that, and I really need some money. Graduated from the academy, met some great people, family, and I've been working 5 years now, and the job is wonderful.
Dude, I feel terrible, dude. That sucks. Instead of becoming a cop, that dude could have fucking become, like, that dude could have gone to college and worked in the video game industry, and now he's a fucking cop, dude. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks so bad.
I love this job. It was a great profession, very, very honorable profession. But it wasn't until I had that looking into the mirror situation where I actually started going to grad school, started doing my own research, learning about the history of policing and the effects that it's caused different disenfranchised groups, that you really start to wake up and really understand where policing has come from. I'm hopeful that we're going in the right direction. I'm faithful that we're going to turn this thing around and we're going to make this profession an honorable profession. But just really acknowledging just the harm that policing has caused certain communities. It's heartbreaking.
I love it. I just think it's the greatest show on earth, and you get to meet some great people, and you're actually, I think all you agree, you're kind of built for this, or like born to do this job. I didn't know I wanted to do this till I was in college.
My man says show? What is that?
I needed to pick a major. I got a scholarship for baseball, and I needed to pick, decided, what's something new every day? Try criminal justice, studying it, where it came from, what policing is. Immediately fell in love with it, and I would not do anything else. Love it.
Thank you all for your service.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Yes.
y'all.
Y'all are
Y'all
awesome.
do best.
Okay, that was weird. Mostly because, like, those dudes seemed relatively well adjusted. Like, found this about Evan. He's been advocating for police reform. 2 MPD officers want to see internal police reform first. A former DC police officer and a current officer working together to change the culture. Okay, this dude's gonna get clapped, dude. Okay. There's one thing about the fraternal order of the police. They're not too fond of those who routinely try to change the institution from within. Yeah, how did he make the... I feel like Evan is overqualified to be a cop, in which case, like, they literally won't hire you. Isn't there, like, a maximum IQ level? That's fucking ridiculous. Come on, you're lying? It's an old story. But the U.S. Second Circuit Court of Appeals in New York upheld a lower court's decision that the city did not discriminate against Robert Jordan because the same standards were applied to everyone who took the test. This kind of puts an official face on the discrimination in America against people of a certain class, Jordan said today. I maintain that you have no more control over your basic intelligence or your eye color or your gender. Jordan, a 49-year-old college graduate, took the exam in 1996 and scored 33 points, the equivalent of IQ of 125. But New London police interviewed only candidates who scored 20 to 27 on the theory that those who scored too high could get bored with police work and leave soon after undergoing costly training. Most cops just above normal. The average score nationally for police officers is 21 to 22, the equivalent of an IQ of 104 or just a little above average. Yeah, good shit. IQ itself is not like an indication that someone is going to be smart anyway. I just think it's a funny story. I like it because, again, it's funny. You're a cop. You're supposed to put your life at risk a little bit. If you want my respect, or if you want the respect of the people in public, then you should deserve it. If not, they should just literally have miniguns, I think, and just rail people. Why don't they have anti-material rifles that can just fucking shoot through 8 walls in a row? Sorry, that guy had a box cutter.